guys, so as you know, I've been reading Africa's First Democrats, and I've come across the SYC, who later renamed themselves as the Somali Youth League. Well, I've come across the oath and I want to share it here, so I'm going to paste the oath up here somewhere. The oath in question: I swear by Almighty God that I will not take any action against any Somali. In trouble I promise to help the Somali. I'll become the brother of all other members. I will not reveal the name of my tribe. In matters of marriage, I will not discriminate between the Somali tribes and the Midgan, Yibir and Yaha and Tomals. I'm trying to find the Somali version because I know it would hit that much more deeper. Because like Nelson Mandela said, if you speak to someone in a language that they understand, it goes to their head. But if you speak to them in their language, it hits their heart and it's felt. But regardless, even in English, it's simple, it's direct, it's heavy with responsibility, and it is powerful nonetheless. I guess the reason why this oath resonates with me so much is because it's like that flicker of hope in the dark. Like, I know how fragmented and divided and exhausted and tired we are as a people, but it gives me hope that knowing that unity was once they lived commitment, that healing is still possible. And it's not a far-fetched fantasy, because I know there's people who go at me in the comment section calling me a hopeless romantic for ever thinking about unification, although that's not at the top of our priority list. But regardless, it gives me hope. At least I hope 2 generations from now that generation of Somalis are as oblivious to our current struggles and lived experiences in the same way that current Singaporeans are oblivious to the struggles of their grandparents' generation. Like, they can read about it in textbooks, they can watch it in documentaries, but I don't want them to have that same visceral understanding of our current situation, if that makes sense. And then what makes this oath so radical is that it places God, moral responsibility above clan, and we know how clan-based our society is, how there's an allegiance to clan and loyalty than there is to that sense of civic duty and moral responsibility. And then the other part that has stood out to me from this oath is the concept of brotherhood, not by blood, not by lineage, but by national, ethical, and on a human level. That reminder, very common sense reminder of humans are all equal, humans are all deserving of dignity and respect, and the reminder to keep our tribes to ourselves, because then that forces to judge one another on the basis of our actions rather than by lineage, because we know clan is used for political currency and for social leverage. So the oath is, I guess, in some ways a reminder that if we want to be healing our generational trauma, we need to be holding ourselves accountable to keeping to some of these moral commitments. And then on a separate note, I may or may not make this as a separate post, but 3 important principles of the SYL were: no to tribal favoritism, all Somalis are equal, no discrimination, and then the other one being the reunification of all the different Somali territories to make up a greater Somalia. But like I said, it will probably be a separate post. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. All thoughts and ideas are welcomed.